to be back doing a live stream. I wasn't able to do a live stream yesterday. I think I skipped doing a live stream the day before, and so it feels good to be back. Now, at the very beginning of this live stream, I'm just going to tell you that I have serious allergies because of pollen. Finally, the weather is nice today. It's not as warm as we expect this time of the year, but it was bright and sunny, so there's a lot of pollen in the air, and so my eyes are itchy, and I was sneezing. Even like 10 minutes ago, I was sneezing a lot, and so, I apologize if, I apologize in advance if you see me sneezing. So, all right, I hope you won't mind. All right, see, I got my hot tea here to help with my allergies, and I've got Kleenex anyway. So if I suddenly stop talking and I start sneezing, I hope you'll understand. I'll try to move away from the screen a little bit to sneeze if needed. But my friends, thank you for being here. It's wonderful to see Pamela is here. Pamela writes, Tosif, my friend, and then and then Pamela also writes, evening, my dear friends, and a heart. So Pamela, so wonderful to see that you're here. Thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining. Badger Den is here. Badger Den writes, hello, Tosif and Pamela. Badger Den, always wonderful to see you. Thank you for joining. And Terry, my friend Terry is here. Terry, we missed you. We missed you because we didn't see you during the last few live streams. So Terry is back. Terry is joining us from the great state of South Dakota. So Terry, wonderful to see that you're here. Thank you for joining. Badger Den writes, hello, Terry. God bless South Dakota. And Terry is writing, hello, Pamela and Badger Den. So great to see that you all are here, and it just feels great to do another live stream. Now, yesterday I published 3 videos. I think that might be the highest that I've done in a single day. I published 3 videos. By the way, I'm looking over here because I've got my laptop here, so I'm looking at the screen here also, in addition to doing the live stream from my tablet. So I published 3 videos yesterday, and one was close to 20 minutes long. One was approximately 16 minutes long, and then there was a long video which was approximately 58 minutes long. And I talked about a lot of important issues. So yesterday I couldn't do a live stream, but I published 3 videos. So I'm hoping that you have been able to see at least one of the 3 videos. There's a lot of great information in those videos, so please take a look at those. And what I'm also going to do is discuss some really important things today, as you can tell from the title of this live stream. So before I proceed, I'm just going to check the chat window again. It's wonderful to see the engagement in the chat window. People are here. My friends are here. Terry from South Dakota, Badger Den from New York, Pamela from California. Thank you all for joining. Now, Terry is writing, winds took some branches down, had to clean those up. All right, Terry, that can be quite an inconvenience. I hope everything's okay now, Terry. Thanks for sharing that. Cat007 is here. Hello, Cat007. Cat writes, hi. Thank you for being here. Cat writes, Tommy Bahama vibes, nice shirt. Thank you. I posted on my Facebook today. I said, okay, I'm going to read the exact post that I wrote on Facebook. Cat mentioned Tommy Bahama, so I'm just going to give you a little bit of elaborate explanation of that. Now, I love Tommy Bahama shirts. This one is, I don't think it's Tommy Bahama, but it is like a Tommy Bahama, but I've got Tommy Bahamas in my closet. I love Tommy Bahama shirts. Okay. So today I posted in the morning, I wrote on Facebook, I wrote, Punxsutawney Phil said we would have early spring. Then why do we keep getting snow and cold weather? We don't have snow right now, but it's been a little windy lately, and the wind has been chilly. And so, a few weeks ago, it seemed that spring is finally here, and then we got some snow, we got thunderstorm, and then we got some chilly days, and even the next few days, we're supposed to be getting some overnight freeze. And so my plants, my plants, which I kept on the patio, on the balcony. I brought those in. I brought those indoors so that overnight the freeze doesn't hurt the plants. So anyway, so the reason behind wearing these shirts, I'm desperately trying to feel spring. I'm trying to feel spring. I'm trying to bring spring. Okay, I'm trying to send a message to nature that, hey, I am wearing these flowery shirts, the Tommy Bahamas and some of the other brands, and printed shirts, summery shirts, spring shirts, because I want spring to be here. And Punxsutawney Phil said that we would have early spring. Then why do we keep getting snow and cold weather? Anyway, some of my friends had some really interesting comments on Facebook regarding Punxsutawney Phil. One of them wrote, because Phil's a liar. Okay, so, one of my friends seemed very unhappy with Punxsutawney Phil and wrote that Phil is a liar. Anyway, I just laughed. And then someone else wrote, oh, it is Wisconsin. And then my response was, it's not just Punxsutawney Phil, even Jimmy the Groundhog, which is in Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, okay? So Sun Prairie is a city in the same county where I live. I live in Dane County. City of Madison is in Dane County. City of Sun Prairie is in Dane County. And so there's a groundhog, a famous groundhog in Wisconsin, in Sun Prairie. And that groundhog, Jimmy the Groundhog, also predicted early spring, and we're still seeing cold weather. So as much as we might blame Punxsutawney Phil, Jimmy the Groundhog in Wisconsin can also be blamed for making a wrong prediction. So anyway, that's really the story of my flowery shirts. I'm trying to feel like it's spring, okay? I'm trying to force spring to arrive. All right. Badgerden writes, so Cat007, thank you for appreciating my shirt. It's very nice and comfy. Badgerden writes, I worked for Tommy Bahama shortly before the pandemic started in 2020. Okay. So was this Tommy Bahama in New York, I'm guessing? I bet there are more than one Tommy Bahama stores in New York. I bought a lot of Tommy Bahama shirts from Macy's. Macy's carries those shirts. But I'd love to go to an actual like Tommy Bahama store. I bet they have one in Chicago, I think. Teresa Ross is here. Teresa, thank you for joining. It's wonderful to see that you're here. I hope everything's going well in Arizona. Thank you, Teresa, for tuning in. And Terry is writing about Punxsutawney Phil. Terry writes, Phil's ex-wife says Phil's a big fat liar. All right. That is. Do you know? Okay. I actually wrote. You're gonna find this amazing. I actually wrote a letter to the editor about Punxsutawney Phil. Can you believe that? I wrote a letter to the editor about Punxsutawney Phil. And this was in 2020. So I bet you all know about the group PETA, People for Ethical Treatment of Animals. What is it called? PETA? People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. So PETA wanted to, PETA I don't know exactly what I read back then. This was 2020, but I think PETA was trying to replace Punxsutawney Phil with a man-made object with, some kind of weather predicting device. Okay, and so PETA was saying that Punxsutawney Phil should be retired. Punxsutawney Phil should be replaced with some kind of man-made object that can accurately predict the weather and the climate and so on and so forth. And I actually, back in 2020, wrote a letter to the editor, which was published in Pittsburgh Post Gazette. So a letter to the editor that I wrote in 2020 was published in the Pittsburgh Post Gazette, and I wrote in favor of Punxsutawney Phil. I said Phil is irreplaceable. We need to have Phil. Phil's great. People love Phil. Anyway, I don't remember the exact words of the letter, but you can look it up. I actually supported Phil. I supported Punxsutawney Phil, and I said, we should continue to have Punxsutawney Phil every year making predictions. But, Phil really disappointed me because he said we would have early spring, and now we're still getting cold weather. Anyway, let's move forward here. Badgerton writes it was TB in Manhattan Midtown. So this was Tommy Bahama in Manhattan Midtown. Yeah, well, now I feel like visiting the Tommy Bahama store in Manhattan. I have not been to New York in so many years. I really have to visit New York, my friends. I gotta go to New York. And then perhaps I'd be able to do a live stream from New York. Wouldn't that be awesome? That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. I want to do a live stream from Chicago too. One from Chicago, one from New York, maybe one from Denver. All the cities that are facing migrant crisis. I would love to do live stream from those cities and talk about the issues from the ground. Badgerton writes, I love woodchucks, groundhogs. They are cute. Yeah, they are cute. Isn't Punxsutawney Phil cute? Every year when they bring him out and, hold him up there, he's so cute, Punxsutawney Phil. But anyway, Phil can be quite mischievous. Obviously, I mean, this year he made wrong prediction. Punxsutawney Phil said that we would have early spring, and look, we're not having early spring. We're supposed to get overnight freeze. Terry Brait is here. Terry Brait writes, good evening, everyone. Well, good evening, Terry Brait. Wonderful to see that you're here. Thank you for joining. Really appreciate you being here. It is so wonderful to see so many people here today. We've got Pamela Hernandez, we've got Badger Den, Terry, we've got Cat007, we've got Teresa Ross, and now we have Terry Brait. So thank you all for joining. See, we're 13 minutes into the live stream, and I have not started the main discussion yet, but that's okay. That's okay. It feels so good to be chatting with you all, and I didn't do live stream for 2 days, and it feels like forever. It feels like it's been a while. Anyway, I wish I was in better condition. My allergies, you can understand on screen, my allergies are really causing so much pain. Nose is itchy, eyes are itchy. Anyway, that's all right. That's all right. It's all part of nature. I'll deal with it. I'll get some allergy well, I do take allergy medication, but the thing is, the allergy medications can't fight the natural elements, right? Let's see. Terry writes, Jimmy the Groundhog bit Sun Pretty Mare in 2015. Really? Really? I didn't know that. That is... Oh, did Jimmy the Groundhog did that? Bit the mayor? Oh, I gotta look it up now. Let's see. Oh, okay, I see that news. Okay, well, thank you for sharing that, Terry. I didn't know that. Well, I feel bad. I feel bad. I shouldn't be laughing. I feel bad that the groundhog bites Wisconsin mayor, the mayor of Sun Prairie in the ear. Oh, that is sad. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh, okay? I hope the mayor was okay after that. Anyway, Pamela writes, Tosif, not to change the subject, but I'm very upset about what happened at the White House. Will the bill that passed for Ukraine, White House bill? Okay, so Pamela, you're talking about the Ukraine bill, the funding bill. What can I say, Pamela? It's a it's a very complicated issue, very complicated, and you see that Washington's divided. There are lawmakers who oppose giving more money to Ukraine, and there are those who support giving more money to Ukraine. If you ask me, I'm going to say America first, right? Americans first. We have to secure our own border. We have internal needs, right? And so just foreign aid in general, it's a very complex topic. Foreign aid in general is a very, very complex topic. How do we determine which country gets foreign aid, for what purpose, and how much, and how frequently, how often, and at what point do we draw a line and say, you know what, no more foreign aid for that country? So, I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. Uh, uh, so I understand. I've been hearing a lot of comments about it. I've been hearing from people who are saying, why are we giving so much of money away to foreign countries when we have needs within our own country? And then, it's just very, very complex. So what can I say? What can I say? I'm very concerned about the state of the union. I'm very concerned about where we are headed as a country. I'm just extremely concerned. And we're just spending way too much money. We're spending way too much money, and there's so much of politics, right? There's so much of politics. So let me now jump. So talking about money, let me now jump into the subject of today's discussion. The title of this live stream says, shocking, New York lawmakers allocate billions of dollars for migrants. So I'm going to talk about what exactly is going on. And Badgerden, you may already know about this because you are in New York. Let's see. Give me 1 second here. Okay. So Badgerden, you may already know about this, and others on this live stream, you may already know about what I'm going to talk about. New York lawmakers, they passed a massive state budget, $237 billion budget. Now I understand New York is a populated state. There are a lot of people, and so obviously they're going to have a big budget. It's a massive budget. I'm not judging the $237 billion figure, okay? I'm not going into that discussion. A state like New York may have a big budget. That's okay. But what really bothers me is what the New York liberal lawmakers did in that budget. I'm going to point towards one particular item. Obviously, Wisconsin's budget is not that big. It's not $237 billion. And now I have not studied the entire New York state budget. It's surely a massive budget, and reading it would take a lot of time. I have not done that, but what I did find very shocking is that the budget includes a massive sum of money that has been earmarked for the migrants. Massive sum of money earmarked for the migrants. It's not 237 billion, by the way. Terry Brait, I see you asked a question, 237 billion. Yeah, 237 billion is the entire state budget, but that's not how much has been earmarked for the migrants. No, I'm going to get to that figure. The sum that has been earmarked for the migrants in the budget is $2.4 billion. That's still a massive number. I mean, $2.4 billion for the migrants, for the illegal immigrants in the state of New York. That is shocking. That is shocking, okay? $2.4 billion. Oh my God. Oh my God. $2.4 billion for the migrants. All right. I'm gonna stop here for a second. I'm gonna take a deep breath and try to absorb this shock. Okay? You guys should also take a deep breath, because I know this is hard to believe. $2.4 billion. $2.4 billion for the migrants. This is basically a formula to entice more illegal immigrants to come to New York. Oh my God, $2.4 billion for the migrants. Let me read some comments here. So Pamela is writing, today in the afternoon. I can't pronounce that word. What word you wrote, Pamela? Is that okay, anyway, I don't know that word with J, how to pronounce that. Anyway, that's okay. Pamela writes, I can't write when I'm upset. Pamela, don't be upset, Pamela. Just relax. I know we have reasons to be upset when we see our tax dollars being taken away from us and being spent on the migrants. I know it can be very upsetting, but don't be upset, because the more upset we become, the more stress we will go through, the more the more anxiety people will feel, the more sad people will become. In spite of all the problems, I still try to be optimistic. I still try to think that we're going to elect Donald Trump. And, I still believe that the New Yorkers will start realizing that electing liberals is a bad idea. Give me 1 second, my friends. All right. Cat007, you are asking, did you say $2.4 billion for the migrants? Yes, that's what I said, Cat007. $2.4 billion for the migrants. That's how much the New York liberals came up with. And this is what they have for the migrants. I mean, I don't know what to say. Do you know what to say? I don't know what to say. Badgerden writes, 2.4 billion is ridiculous. They can give them that much, but can't help the homeless veterans. Exactly. Exactly, Badgerden. Exactly. What about the homeless veterans? We have to help the homeless veterans. We have to help the American citizens who are in need, who are suffering, who are struggling, who have unmet, who have healthcare needs, but they're not getting the services. There are American citizens who have mental health needs. They're not getting the services. There are veterans who need help. There are senior citizens who need food. They're not getting the help. There are American children living in poverty. They're not getting the help because the New York liberals are busy spending more and more money on the migrants. $2.4 billion for the migrants. Terry Britt writes, I wonder for how long they expect that much money to last. I don't know. I don't know. But I bet it's going to be spent really fast, because the New York liberals they're good at spending people's money. They're not spending their own money. They're spending the taxpayers' money. And so the New York liberals, they're going to spend that money. I mean, before we know it, in the wink of an eye, the money is going to be gone. Just like that, the money is going to be gone. Wait and see. how long it takes for these liberals to spend that money on the migrants while the American veterans continue to suffer, the American seniors continue to suffer, the American homeless continue to suffer, the American children living in poverty continue to suffer. But the New York liberals are not helping the American children. They are not helping the American seniors. They are not helping the American disabled individuals. They are not helping the American homeless people. They are not helping the American veterans. They are busy spending massive sums of money on the illegal immigrants. They are illegals, 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 illegals. They are illegals. They are here illegally. They cross the border illegally. And they are here absorbing our resources, our dollars, while the Americans continue to suffer. That's what's happening. That's what the New York liberals are doing. They are giving away our tax dollars to the migrants. Pamela writes, Terry Braith, money is getting printed and printed. That's correct. And that's why we have inflation. Because the government is printing money. Printing money. Badger Dan, what you wrote in that comment is true. Because what the liberals in New York, they are doing, they are not spending their own money. They're not taking money out of their pocket. Okay, they're not taking money out of their pocket and giving it to the migrants. They are spending the American taxpayers' money. Badgerton, you live in New York. They are spending your money. You are an American living in New York. And so you are directly affected by this. Because you live in New York, you're paying taxes and fees in New York. And so they're spending taxpayer money. That's what the New York liberals are doing. $2.4 billion. So this is basically a formula to entice more and more illegal immigrants to go to New York. I mean, imagine. Think about all the foreign nationals who are not in the U.S., the foreign nationals who are planning to enter the United States illegally, okay? Because we see foreign nationals are crossing the southern border and entering our country illegally every day. So there are foreign nationals out there who are planning to come to America. Those individuals must be celebrating today. When they read what happened in New York with the budget, the $237 billion budget that includes a massive allocation of $2.4 billion for the migrants, the foreign nationals must be celebrating today. They must be rejoicing that New York liberals allocated $2.4 billion for the illegal immigrants. And so, this is going to entice more foreign nationals to come to America illegally and to go to New York so that they can also get a piece of the pie. They can get a piece of the pie. The New York liberals, they're making a pie with taxpayer dollars. And they're going to take a slice out of that and give it to the migrants. And everyone wants a slice. The foreign nationals, the illegal immigrants, they're hungry for a piece of the pie. And where did the pie come from? The pie has been made using American taxpayers' dollars. American taxpayer money. And the illegal immigrants want a piece of the pie. And the New York liberals, they are going to starve the American citizens and give the pie to the illegal immigrants. The New York liberals are going to starve the American citizens. They're not going to give the American citizens what they need. The homeless are not getting help. The American homeless, the American seniors are not getting help. The American veterans are not getting help. But the pie is being given to the illegal immigrants. And so the illegals are coming here for the pie. Okay? And so I cannot explain how much of damage this is going to do to our country. How much of damage this is going to do to our country. Terry writes, here's irony. Mexico is deporting undocumented Americans because they are driving up prices. Wow, is that... I didn't see that news that Mexico is deporting Americans. I gotta look it up now. Uh, oh, I see that. Yeah, I see a news update. Um, Americans deported from Mexico. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Pamela writes, all the money going to other countries. What about vets, elderly, and disabled? Exactly. So now we know. I think I think people are starting to understand that the New York liberals, they don't care about the American people. They don't. They pretend like they do, but they pretend. They really don't care about the American people. The New York liberals care about the illegal immigrants. And so reportedly, migrant encounters are rising in the El Paso sector. Did you see that news? Migrant encounters are rising in the El Paso sector. And this is very concerning. This is very concerning. Of course, more and more migrants will likely now come to New York because the liberals just approved a massive budget for the migrants, $2.4 billion for the migrants. So as migrants come in, as more migrants come in, a lot of those migrants will go to New York. They'll also go to Chicago because you know what Chicago did? Chicago just allocated an additional sum of $70 million for the migrants, an additional sum of $70 million on top of the $300 million that they previously allocated. That's happening in Chicago. Let's see. Terry writes, I'm hoping all this spending for non-Americans will send people to vote for Trump. I hope and pray that the people of New York realize how disastrous it has been to vote for Biden. We have this disaster because Biden is in the White House. And so I'm hoping that the New York voters will realize that if they want a safe and secure country, if they want prosperity, if they want peace, it's time to vote for Trump. Now, Badger Den, you live in New York. Do you feel that more and more New Yorkers will vote for Trump? Or will they continue to vote for Biden? Badger Den, this question is for you. Feel free to answer if you want to. Let's see. Cat007 writes, did they publicize how much money is going to other communities? Cat007, I think if we read the New York budget, the entire budget, we'll be able to get an answer to all those questions. How much of money is going for, different purposes? I have not read the budget. I've been dealing with allergies, and yesterday I spent a significant amount of time recording 3 podcast episodes. So I have not been able to read the budget, but I'm sure if I read it, I'll be able to get answers. But I'm just shocked. How can New York liberals allocate $2.4 billion for the migrants? This is unbelievable. Let's see. So, my friends, let me remind you, I talked about the El Paso sector, that migrant encounters in the El Paso sector is rising. By the way, I don't like the word encounter because the word should be apprehension. That's the word. But the Democrats, the administration changed it, and they now call it encounter. And so even in news reports, when the numbers get reported, the word encounter is used because I think the Biden White House is using that term now. So that's the official language now, I guess. but it's really apprehension, okay? It's not encounter, it's apprehension. Anyway, so migrant encounters slash apprehensions are rising in the El Paso sector. And also, let me remind you that a lot of migrants continue to cross into California. So Pamela Hernandez, Pamela, you are in California, and I know that it must be very, very concerning to hear that migrants continue to cross into California. That's because the California liberals, they are giving all kinds of services and benefits and everything to the migrants. And that's why so many foreign nationals are illegally entering our country, and they're crossing into California. Let me read some comments. So Terry Braid, you're writing about election. Election integrity is extremely important. And, I do understand a lot of people are very skeptical about election and the fairness in elections. They have questions about the authenticity of the election results. They have questions about mail-in ballots and absentee votes and so on and so forth. That's obviously a major topic, and if I start talking about it, I can easily spend a few hours just talking about that. But the main thing is I see it, I hear it in my conversations that I have with other people, and I completely understand how concerned people are about elections. And election integrity is extremely important, and a lot of people have concerns about the fairness in the electoral process. Pamela writes, a lot don't want to stay here in California. So Pamela, are you referring to American citizens who don't want to live in California anymore? They want to go elsewhere? I bet the migrants love California because they keep getting free stuff there. So Terry here is sharing some information about some data, some polling data for Biden and Trump. So Pamela writes, illegals. Oh, so you're saying a lot of illegals don't want to stay in California? Why is that? I thought they love California because of all the free stuff. So where do they want to go? Are they going elsewhere? Are they going to neighboring states? Are they going to Oregon or Nevada or some other place? Share with me some thoughts on that, Pamela. I'm going to pause for a second. My allergies are really giving me headache, and so I need to stop for a second and just relax a bit. And, in the meantime, I'll let you share some more thoughts in the live chat window. So Terry is writing, Biden leads Trump by 12 points in head-to-head, and by 10 points with RFK and West. Biden versus Trump versus someone else 41, Biden 28, Trump 28. So where did you get these data from, Terry? Is this what poll is that? What poll is that? I'd love to know. So I'll wait for Terry to respond. And so Pamela writes, exactly, because they claim they have connections in other states. So yeah, Pamela, I understand what you're saying. A lot of illegals, if they come in and they go to New York or Chicago or California, but if they have connections in other states, if they have other family members, friends in other states, then they may eventually move. And that's why it's important to understand that illegal immigration will affect each and every community. The smallest towns and villages to the largest cities, Midwest, South, East Coast, West Coast, whichever part of the country you talk about, illegal immigration will affect each and every part of America. And that's my concern and that's my worry. Every community will be affected by illegal immigration because the illegal immigrants, I mean, 10 plus million illegal immigrants came in since Joe Biden came to office. And there are many in New York, in Chicago, in Denver, in California, but there are so many who are spread all over the country. Here in Wisconsin, you go to the smallest communities, you're going to find migrants, okay? And so that's why I say that this issue, this crisis will affect each and every community in the country. So, my friends, in Texas, Governor Greg Abbott obviously is working very hard to combat illegal immigration. But California is a sanctuary state. They welcome illegal immigrants. And so, a lot of illegal immigrants are going to California. They're crossing from Mexico into California. Badgerden writes, sorry, Toss, if my computer crashed. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Badgerden. I hope your computer is okay, or it gets fixed soon. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, I've had computer issues so many times over the years. So whenever I do these live streams, I usually have 3 devices in front of me. I've got my tablet that I'm using for the actual live stream, the video. Then I've got my laptop, which is, by the way, it's a nice laptop here. Very nice and portable, easy to, it's not very heavy. And then I've got my phone here in case I need it. Sometimes I do live stream using my phone too, but today I'm using my tablet. So I've got three devices that I kind of use because I have to, as I'm live streaming, I have to look things up. So I do it on my laptop, and then sometimes I look things up on my phone. By the way, these devices are getting so more expensive, right? I mean, I think I got this laptop in 2021, but if I need a laptop now, with the way the economy is and the way my expenses have gone up because of inflation, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna buy another laptop. It's just I bet prices have gone up now significantly. Let's see. Badgerden writes, my thought on all of this is that New York City is being allowed to fail on purpose. They want to ruin America so badly so that Trump cannot fix it once he gets into the White House. I think Trump understands the kind of challenge he's going to be facing if he gets elected again. I mean, all the illegal immigrants who are coming in, 10 plus million, it's just going to be an extremely challenging task for Trump to deport them. I mean, how do you deport 10 million illegal immigrants? But then again, how do you not deport, right? How do you not deport? Anyone who came into the country illegally must be deported. But then again, how do you deport 10 plus million people? And so I understand what you're saying, Badgerden. I understand what you're saying. You're saying that the Democrats are creating such a complex problem that it will become nearly impossible to fix it. And I understand the Democrats, they are doing it on purpose. I agree that they are doing it on purpose. You kind of have to ask, do these liberals, do these Democrats, do they love this country? I understand it's one thing when two people, they have different political views, but they both love the country. They both love America. Maybe one person believes in certain policies, the other person believes in different policies. Their views differ, but they both love America. But what the Democrats are doing right now, the folks in the Biden administration and some of the congressional Democrats who are supporting illegal immigration, you have to wonder, do they love America? Because their policies are destroying this country. I mean, the Democrats are so extreme these days. They are so extreme. And, I mean, look at Chuck Schumer, who proposed in 2022 that there should be a pathway to citizenship for illegal immigrants. I mean, Chuck Schumer, he proposed a pathway to citizenship for illegal immigrants. If you love your country, you cannot propose something like that. You cannot. Okay? Yeah, I mean, if you want to fix the border crisis, maybe different people will have different ideas on how to fix the border crisis. But if somebody says, give a pathway to citizenship to illegal immigrants, that person doesn't love America. Okay? So when I hear Chuck Schumer say something like that, I mean, I have to conclude that Schumer doesn't love America. He doesn't love America. If he's proposing a pathway to citizenship for illegal immigrants, anyone who loves America cannot make a proposal like that. And so Pamela writes, close the borders. Teresa writes, how will Trump find them all? Yeah, I mean, the Democrats are creating such a big problem. It's going to be, it's going to be, really, I mean, it's going to be such challenging to fix this problem. I mean, Trump can secure the border. I have complete confidence he can secure the border. But what is he going to do with all the illegal immigrants who have already come into the country? How do we deport them all? And that's going to be the big challenge. But you know what? If there's anyone who can fix this problem, it's Trump. If there's anyone who can fix this problem, it's Trump. So I have complete confidence that Trump knows the magnitude of the challenge that he's going to be facing once he is in office, the challenge that he's going to be facing to fix all the problems that Biden administration created already. So, that's why we got to vote for Trump. Let's see. Yeah, Terry Brait is writing, the liberals will boohoo, whine, and cry as soon as the TV network shows some family getting arrested. That's what the Democrats do. That's what the liberal media does. They show. So if ICE goes and arrests an illegal immigrant, and the illegal immigrant is being put in handcuffs and taken away by ICE, the liberal media will focus on that and share the sad story, blah, 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 and how the illegal immigrant came to the country for a better life, blah, blah, blah. I mean, that's what the liberal media does. But who's going to talk about the American veteran who is homeless and cannot afford food? The American veteran who is homeless and cannot find a roof over the head. An American veteran who is homeless and cannot get the medical help that he or she needs. Will the liberal media show the struggles faced by American veterans? Will the liberal media show the struggles faced by American citizens who are homeless? Will the liberal media do a documentary on American citizens, on American seniors who are not getting good food because the liberals are busy spending money on the migrants? I mean, who's gonna talk about the difficulties faced by American citizens? What the liberal media will do is focus the camera on the illegal immigrant who's getting arrested and deported, and we'll talk about how heartless a maneuver that is, a heartless decision. These people came to the country for a better life. They came here for a better future, and now they're getting deported. Well, if you want to come here for a better life, come here legally. Don't just cross the border illegally. Come here legally. There's a legal process. And that's why I always highlight that every year 1 million people are getting the permanent residency to live and work in the United States legally. And hundreds of thousands of foreign nationals are becoming US citizens every year. And so we welcome immigrants who come here legally. But Terry Brait, you are absolutely correct that the liberals will cry and they will whine as soon as ICE arrests some illegal immigrants and deports them. I mean that's the messaging that we'll hear from the liberal media. Yeah, Pamela is writing, there's a right way to migrate through the front door. Exactly, that's what I said. That people can come here legally and we welcome them. Terry, great point, Terry. Awesome point. Well, Terry is writing, just getting Trump elected will scare most of them back to their home country. Oh, yeah. You know, if Trump gets elected, a lot of illegal immigrants may just pack their bag and head back to their country, you know, where they came from. That may happen. They may decide, you know what, Trump's not going to take action and ICE is going to be empowered. ICE is going to go and do operations and raids, you know, in communities across the country. And ICE will go out, the ICE agents. Oh, I love the ICE agents. ICE will go out. If Trump gets elected, ICE will be active and they'll go out and they'll look for these illegal immigrants, and these illegal immigrants are going to be deported. And so what illegal immigrants may end up doing is they may just decide, you know what, let's just go home. All right, let's go home before deportation. Anyway, you know, that might happen. And that's why, you know, having a strong leader is so important. Having a strong leader is so important. Let's see. Yeah, we need Donald J. Trump. We need DJT, Donald J. Trump. I mean, look at what they are doing to Trump. The liberals, they throw all these lawsuits and cases and whatnot. Trump is on trial now. I mean, I don't have to watch the trial. I can tell you that Trump is innocent. He is innocent. I don't need to watch that trial, that show that the Democrats have organized, that trial. I don't care about that trial, that New York trial. I don't care about that trial. I know, and many Americans know, that Donald Trump is innocent, okay? We don't need some kind of a show trial. You know what? Let me tell you what's going to happen. If, you know, this trial, I think this trial, what, starts tomorrow or whenever it starts. I don't even keep track of when it starts because, you know, I don't need that trial to tell me if Trump is innocent or not, okay? Trump is innocent. I know it. You know it. Millions of Americans know it. Trump is innocent. And so what's going to happen is each day that trial goes on, Trump's going to become more and more popular. Each day that the trial is on, each day that they show Trump, you know, on trial, his support is going to grow. His campaign's momentum is going to grow. By the end of this trial, Trump's going to be stronger than ever before. Stronger than ever before. Okay? And people, New Yorkers, are losing their faith in the justice system when they watch an innocent man, a great leader, a freedom-loving American, a very successful businessman, a former president, when they see what the New York liberals, they are doing to this great man by using the justice system in an unfair manner, the New Yorkers are losing their faith in the justice system. That's what's happening. Okay? That trial is going to make Trump stronger than ever before. Terry writes, Trump's impromptu visit to the bodega was successful. Exactly, impromptu, but genuine. It was a genuine visit. Every time Trump is talking to an American, he's taking pictures, he's hearing from people what they have to say. He's sharing his thoughts with people. He's interacting with the public. It's genuine. It's not fake. I mean, Biden has to rely on what his what his his advisors, his communication people, his staff, what they tell him. That's what Biden does. Okay, I mean, he needs a teleprompter. He needs his staff to tell him what to do, which way the stair is, how to get up on stage, how to get down from a stage, what to do, blah blah blah. But for Trump, Trump is genuine. Trump is genuine. People love Trump, and each day that this trial goes on, Trump's just going to be stronger and stronger and stronger than ever before. Pamela writes Trump, and then a heart, and then a U.S. flag. Thank you, Pamela. We love Trump. We love Trump. Sorry, I mean, you can tell my allergies are just, oh my God. But still, I'm like, I'm going to do this live stream. No matter how intense my allergies are, I'm going to do this live stream. I like staying connected with you all. I like these conversations. I love chatting. And I love learning from you all. I love exchanging information. We love sharing thoughts. So Terry writes, I think that was in Queens at Badger Den. So Badger Den, my friend Terry from South Dakota is asking that Trump's visit to Bodega was probably in the Queens, right? Was probably in Queens. Can you respond to that? I don't know. I need. So I finished my tea almost, but I'm going to have some coffee after that. All right. So, my friends, in Texas, Governor Greg Abbott is combating illegal immigration. But California is a sanctuary state, and they welcome illegal aliens, the liberals there. And so left-wing California politicians, they love illegal immigration. I don't know why they love illegal immigration, but they do. It's very, very obvious. Very, very obvious that left-wing California politicians, they love illegal immigration. Those politicians don't care about the needs of the American people. They care about the illegal immigrants. And the illegal immigrants, they are those who are coming here illegally by crossing the southern border, and they don't make contributions to America. They don't pay taxes. Those who are coming in, going to New York, going to Chicago, expecting free housing, they're not paying taxes, but they're absorbing our tax dollars. And the liberals are allowing that to happen. The liberals are allowing our tax dollars to be spent on the migrants. The left-wing politicians allow our tax dollars to be snatched away from us and be given to the migrants. This is a big industry now. This has become a big industry. Our tax dollars, how our tax dollars are being taken away from us, and how these dollars are being used to fund services for the migrants. Watch some video clips from Chicago. Watch some video clips from Chicago and see how the people in Chicago are reacting. How people in Chicago are saying, we need the dollars in our communities. The Americans are saying, we need the dollars in our communities. These are our tax dollars. We need it for our neighborhood. Why are you giving these dollars away to the illegal immigrants? So the people in Chicago, even those who supported Brandon Johnson during his election, even those Chicago residents are now standing up and they're saying, enough of this. We don't support this. We don't want this. We don't want illegal immigrants in our community. We don't want to see our tax dollars being given to the illegal immigrants. I mean, watch some of the recent video clips from Chicago, from the city hall. Look at the people wearing Make America Great Again hats. And I think there was also a hat that said Make Chicago Great Again. It is time to make Chicago great again by rejecting illegal immigrants. It is time to make New York great again by rejecting illegal immigrants. It's time to make California great again by rejecting illegal immigrants. Badgerden writes, I'm not sure, I'll look that up. So that's a response to Terry's question. Let's see. So Badger and Rice, the bodega was in Upper Manhattan, an area called Hamilton Heights. All right, thank you, Badger, for sharing that. So, my friends, let's now. So we have crossed the 1 hour mark. I'm going to be talking about some poll numbers now. Okay, um, I'm gonna talk about some poll numbers. I don't. Excuse me. I don't know if I'll be able to continue this for too long, just because I need to go maybe sleep and try to fix these allergy issues that I've got. But I do have some very important things I want to share. Let's talk about some poll numbers, okay? Give me 1 second here. So let's talk about some poll numbers. According to the latest Fox News surveys in Georgia, in Michigan, in Pennsylvania, and in Wisconsin, voters are very unhappy with Joe Biden's job performance. So Terry is writing, my brother has bad allergies. I know how he suffers. Yeah. I'm like, so I just said I probably need to sleep to fix this, but I think I'm not going to be able to sleep. What I really need is another really hot cup of coffee. I had tea already. I had a cup of coffee earlier today. I'm going to need another cup of coffee. And I know all this caffeine is probably going to keep me up, but that's okay. That's okay. You know, it's temporary, because I know during this season I have these allergies, but the problems are going to be fixed in a few weeks. So I'm going to try to, deal with this very patiently. So anyway, all right, my friends, let me talk about some poll numbers. In Georgia, and this is Fox News survey, okay? Laura Floyd is here. Hello, Laura. Hello, Laura. Wonderful to see that you're here. And Laura is giving me a cup of coffee. Thank you, Laura. That's what I need. Thank you. I hope everything's good in Texas. I was talking about Greg Abbott just a little earlier. Best governor in America, no doubt. So anyway, let me go into the discussion. In Georgia, Biden is at 45%, Trump is at 51%. And this is according to a survey conducted between April 11 and April 16. Okay, so really latest numbers. And this is from Fox News. In Georgia, Biden is at 45, Trump is at 51. So Trump is leading. In Michigan, Biden is at 46, Trump is at 49. So Trump is leading. Trump is leading in Georgia, Trump is leading in Michigan. In Pennsylvania, there's a tie. Biden is at 48%, Trump is at 48%. So both at 48 in Pennsylvania. It's very tight. In Wisconsin, same thing, a tie. Biden and Trump both at 47%. And so Georgia, Trump is leading. Michigan, Trump is leading. Pennsylvania, it's a tie. Wisconsin is a tie. And the surveys were conducted between April 11 and April 16. So that's the latest. And I know that in Wisconsin, as I keep saying, it's a battleground state. It's a purple state, many people call it. And so, we are still months away from the election. So we have to wait and see how the things are. I'm sure that with time, Trump's going to be leading. And obviously, different surveys will give you different data, different numbers, and also depending on when the survey is done, when the polls are done. So the numbers will vary, but as somebody previously mentioned, we may be better off looking at the average of the polls to get a better picture. But anyway, I'm gonna be paying close attention to the surveys and to the poll numbers to see what happens. So anyway, according to the latest Fox News numbers, in Georgia, Trump's doing well. In Michigan, Trump's doing well. In Pennsylvania and in Wisconsin, It's a tie, so we have to wait and see. So, my friends, what I'm gonna do, I wish I could continue this a little longer. I think I may be better off ending it here because my allergies are really causing a lot of problems. So I hope you all understand. I really wish I could do this a little longer, but I may be wrapping up here in a few minutes. What I would encourage you to do is please watch the videos that I published yesterday. Please watch those videos. Very important videos, those are. And, one video is, the title of one video is Are Democrats Losing Their Grip on Chicago? The other video is Kansas City the new sanctuary city? Why are Democrats so obsessed about helping migrants? And then the other video is called The Pain of Inflation, Costly Groceries, Housing Problems, Pricey Fuel, Loss of Opportunities, etc. So I hope that you get to watch these videos. I published 3 videos yesterday. And so, my friends, thank you all for tuning in. And once again, I'm really sorry about my allergies. I can't do anything about it. It's nature. And so I'm gonna go have some hot coffee and wish I could do this. I see a lot of people are here today. I wish I could continue this longer, but now I'm having runny nose, so I'm gonna have to get some allergy medications, drink some hot coffee, and try to fix this. So hopefully tomorrow I'll be back with another live stream. So please stay connected, stay tuned. Thank you once again for tuning in, my friends. Each and every one of you who joined today, I want to thank each and every one of you. Badgerden, Pamela, Terry, Teresa, Terry Brait, Gat007, and did I miss anyone? Teresa Ross, Laura Floyd. Thank you all. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for staying connected. I really appreciate it. If I missed anyone's name, I'm so sorry. So Terry Brait writes, thanks, Tassif. Terry writes, we all understand and want you to feel better. Laura writes, okay, have a good night, everyone. Thank you so much. Pamela writes, Tassif, take care and take care, rest well, sleep. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining, for tuning in. Sorry that I'm having to leave a little early. I wish I could stay longer. But anyway, hopefully my allergy situation will be a little better tomorrow. So please watch the videos that I published yesterday. And please share the videos with your friends, your family members, and your neighbors. Thank you once again. Badgerden writes, good night and feel better, Tassif. Terry writes, good night, all. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. And I'll be back tomorrow with another live stream. Please stay connected with me. Thank you so much. Have a good night, my friends.